Alright, guys, so we have 16 Candles. Came out in 1984, PG, it's an hour and 33 minutes. If you've never heard of this, get the fuck off my page. And I mean that in the nicest way. Because when you think of 80s films, you think about romance, you think about, being taught lessons. John Hughes is your guy. John Hughes was one of the best directors, story writers that we've ever experienced. He gave us The Breakfast Club. He gave us Pretty in Pink, 16 Candles. He just, everybody who ever worked with him always had good things to say about him. So I feel like going back to his movies is always, I guess, a powerful way of remembering him, just because his stories were so authentic and true. Which brings us to this film. So it is centered around Samantha, who's obviously played by Molly Ringwald. She is, I believe, a sophomore in high school, and she's in love with the senior, Jake. But Jake has no idea that she even exists. And obviously she has the freshman, who's a geek, and she's just like, no, this isn't for me. However, these three are on the cover because they make this whole movie. A lot of critical parts in this wouldn't be possible if, for example, if Jake didn't talk to the geek, or if Sam didn't talk to the geek. I feel like you needed all components to make it even make sense. Now, the film starts off real quick. Samantha's sister's getting married, and it's her 16th birthday, and everybody forgets her birthday. And then she goes to pass notes, like we used to do in school, and one of the questions that she had to answer was, who would she have sex with? And she put Jake Ryan. Jake ends up seeing the note, and from then on, it's just a film of going back and forth of what's going to happen. Are they going to have sex? Are they going to get together? Will there be a happy ending? You just don't know. It gives you the reality of how kids were back in the 80s. IMDb gave it a 7.0 out of 10. I give it a 5 out of 5. If you haven't seen this, and you are interested in watching it, it's on Tubi. So go and give it a watch and let me know what you think.